Hi everyone, Peter Schwartz at Sports Bash, presented by Ticketbash.com in Las Vegas at the Super Bowl on Radio Row. And my guest on this edition of the show, one of the most popular media figures in the nation. He is the host of The Talk on CBS, also on NBC, American Ninja Warrior, Akbar, Gbajabiamila. Did I nail that?
You got it?
I nailed
Peter?
it.
Yeah,
I have been practicing that all week when I found out we were doing this interview. So let me start by asking about, listen, I am never going to be on American Ninja Warrior. It's it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people like me around the country that watch the show that will never be on the show.
Yeah.
But it's just so amazingly interesting to watch and fascinating to see these wonderful athletes, just regular people from around the country that get on the show and they could do some amazing things.
Yeah, you know it is. It's interesting to see these athletes. You know, I came from the NFL, you know, playing high school basketball, and I was used to a certain type of athlete. But these athletes are like gymnasts, football players, hockey players. They're like every athlete you can imagine into one. And it's stuff that I've seen over the years, you know, now 11 years on American Ninja Warrior. It's been quite remarkable to see. I've had such another level of respect to see what these guys have to come through, but also that, you know, one mistake and they're done for the year, and they've got to come back and try it again for the next year. So they have a lot of resolve. They're resilient. It's pretty cool, and the impact that it's had on family viewing too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially now where you get a lot of times where families aren't watching shows together, but you know,
Our house does. Our house does. It's an event.
It's a family event.
And they sacrifice so much. I mean, some of the contestants on your show, I mean, they give up so much time away from their family. If the family is not at the taping of the show, they give up so much, sacrifice so much time, and I think that's another amazing aspect of it.
It's a shot not just at $1 million. It's more than that for these athletes. It's the ability to be able to overcome the obstacles, and it's like life, right? Being able to overcome the different obstacles, and they look forward to it, and like they don't run away from the challenges. They lean in, they move forward and towards, you know, trying to overcome those obstacles.
Have you ever tried to run the course?
I did.
Have you ever done that? Was it successful?
It was successful. I did hit a buzzer, but I just did the qualifying round. That was just 6 obstacles that I had to overcome. I've never done the full, semi-qualifying course, nor have I ever done the Las Vegas course. I don't think I would ever be successful. To your point, it's not meant for guys like us, you know what I mean? But I trained my butt off for 3 months just to be able to do those 6 obstacles. 3 months. The 6 obstacles are nothing for the ninjas. But for me, that was my Super Bowl. That was my Las Vegas, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Give me a guy or two in the NFL right now that you think could be successful on American Ninja Warrior.
Oh boy, I think Austin Eckler would be one from the Los Angeles Chargers. I think he could be a very successful Ninja Warrior. The dude trains like crazy. I watch a lot of his training on social media and then watch him obviously play in football. And then, oh boy, I'm trying to think of another guy. You know, Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
You know, first NFL.
He's built. Really.
Yeah, he is, and he's more of a slender guy. But you know, the first NFL guy we ever had compete on the show and actually hit a buzzer was Cameron Wembley, and he was an active player. And the Tennessee Titans at the time saw that and like, oh no, you can't do that. So he never even made it to the other round because they pulled him off. But that was something that he really wanted to do because he was a fan of the show, and he did it. He hit a buzzer. So I had to throw out a defensive player in there because you know the likelihood of Austin Eckler getting through and hitting the buzzer is a lot greater than that of Michael Parsons.
Now you're here in Las Vegas on Radio Row representing Experian. Tell everybody about that company and what they like to do for people.
Well, everybody knows Experian and them as a credit agency, but they're more than just that. They are really, I'm coming here as an advocate of Experian to promote Experian Boost. And Experian Boost has really given people the opportunity to enhance their credit score. Now, you know, you think about the big game. We're here in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl, the big game that everybody's talking about. But they did a survey, and 30% of people do not have a financial game plan. And that's something to really kind of wrap your head around. But 80% of people really wanted to find a way to improve their credit score. And Experian has Experience Boost. They've rolled this out now for several years. Experience Boost allows you to increase your credit score by doing simple things that you do normally. You pay your utilities, keep your lights on. You're paying for your streaming services, right? To watch American Ninja Warrior or watch, The Talk. And those things you get credit for paying those things on time. And what they've done is they've now created this ecosystem with Experian Smart Money digital checking account where it has the Experian Boost embedded within your checking account. And so every time you pay those bills that we talked about, it helps to improve your credit score. You think about the financial system we're in today and just the landscape. You look at the high interest rate and you look at the inflation and cost of goods and all these things going up. That's a disruptor in a lot of people's households to be able to make things work. So sometimes you get people overspending, and overspending can impact your credit score if you're not being responsible, right? Now you have an opportunity to change that with Experian Boost.
My guest is Akbar Gbajabiamila. I wanted to say it again just to show that I practiced it. I want to nail it again, obviously, from American Ninja Warrior and The Talk, and he's here representing Experian here at Super Bowl Radio Row. I have to ask this question because my wife Cheryl watches The Talk every single day. If she doesn't watch it live, she tapes it. She's always wanted to go see it in person, so the next time you guys are in New York, I'd like to come and see the show. How much fun is it to do that show as opposed to American Ninja Warrior? Obviously, it's two different things, but how much do you enjoy doing that? Because that's a little bit more pop culture, and you have to be on top of a lot of things.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. We have the pop culture element to it, but then sometimes we're getting into the serious conversation. My particular favorite is when we get into what I call the his and hers, right? Forever, for all of eternity, right? We're always going to have two different perspectives, especially when you talk about how men see things and how women see things, right? So now we have men on the show, right? You have myself and Jerry O'Connell, and so we try to give our perspective.
He's funny. I like him a lot. He's really cool.
So we just try to have fun and give different perspectives, especially when it comes to, marriage and relationships. I'm all in for that because, my wife knows this. I've been married for 15 years. I got an opinion too. You know what I mean?
Well, you're probably always wrong because I know usually you're wrong.
No, I fight that now. I'm like, hold on now. Sometimes I gotta say, hey,
I love my wife to death, but sometimes you're just not going to win arguments. Right?
Sometimes you got to let it go.
As a former NFL player, we're sitting here in Las Vegas, and the Raiders are here, and now the Super Bowl is here. Was there ever a time you were playing and growing up playing football, did you ever think that Vegas would be an NFL city?
Never. But, everything is changing now, right? Our society is changing. I think there's just going to be a lot more leniency in a lot of areas. I think there's always the stigma of Las Vegas and what Las Vegas brought. But to have an organization like the, Las Vegas Raiders here, I think that kind of set it all up. You're seeing the sports infrastructure really develop here. They got the T-Mobile Arena with the
that place
golden,
is beautiful. I was at the
Golden
hockey
Knights.
game the other night. That place is beautiful.
You got shout out to the Las Vegas Aces, for them winning
That's
back
a sore
to back.
subject. I live in New York, and the Liberty lost to them in the finals. So that's a sore subject.
Yeah, a good friend of mine is the president of the Las Vegas Aces, and of course, they're affiliated. Mark Davis owns as well, but. It's pretty cool just to see the whole sports infrastructure really kind of develop here in Las Vegas, of course, with all of the stuff that Las Vegas has been known for.
You were named as People Magazine's one of their sexiest men alive. Now, somehow I missed the cut. I don't know how I didn't make the list, but do you get stopped a lot? Is it something that if you're running into people on the street, is it something that people talk to you a lot about? Are you comfortable? Do you like it? Are you embarrassed by it? Something?
You know what? No, I was honored by it, but it is. I mean, I'm a married man. Like, what am I going to do with that? The only person that I need to say, I agree, is my wife. Right. No, but it was cool. I was very humbled by that and very honored to have that. I was like, okay. I can have that under her. So if anybody ever try, like my boys, I really use it in a weird way. I use it when my boys, shut your ugly butt up. Hey man, at least I got, So it gives me clout amongst my boys, but it doesn't take me far outside of that.
So let me close with this. We got this little game going on here in Vegas on Sunday, the Chiefs and 49ers. And
just
I'm sure
a
you
small
have
game.
Just a small game, not much on the line. How do you break this down? Who do you think is going to win?
I think this one's simple. It really is. I'm not overthinking it. I'm not listening to all these Las Vegas experts AKA, you know who, the people saying that the 49ers are favored to win. I'm like, where did you guys do that math? But you know what? My kids are going to school, and they're in elementary and middle school, and they got this thing that they call new math. So new math says 2 + 2 is 5.
My kids have always like, I need help with this. I'm like, this is not the math I learned in school.
And then
Go ask mom. She's smart.
And then the teachers say, well, don't ask your parents because they're doing the old math. Well, it still works, right? And the old math says the Kansas City Chiefs has the experience. They got Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes. They got some dogs like Chris Jones on defense. Kansas City Chiefs wins this game easily.
That was awesome. Thank you very much for spending some time. Congratulations on all the success.
Thank you so much.
Akbar Gbajabiamila. I nailed it again, right?
There you go.
My guest, Sports Bash, presented by Ticketbash.com here on Radio Row in Las Vegas. Stay with us all week for more great interviews.